Hello and welcome back. It's been a while. I've been slammed at work. Haven't had a chance to do anything, but I fired up this kiln tonight. I actually had a little test firing a few days ago, which I didn't show. What had happened was I had the wrong cone numbers in. I changed my mind last minute what temp I was going to fire to, and I forgot to swap out the cones. I fired up the kiln. I got a new pyrometer there. I thought the kiln was stalling at about 1800 degrees, but I'm not quite sure. I stopped that firing short of cone 6, right around there, and decided to make a couple phone calls and another couple of alterations. Since the last time I showed you the kiln, it was definitely stalling. I increased the size of the burner ports, as you can see there. The old burner ports, they weren't much bigger than the burners, so it was choking out the kiln. What I also did is I took some fire brick and I extended this chimney up two thicknesses of two widths of fire brick there. So there's probably another foot or so on that chimney. I talked to Mark Ward at Ward Burners, and he said that this kiln should have a taller chimney, and it was stalling out on me, so I decided to take his advice. I think what had happened is maybe when I made this chimney, it's smaller. The inside diameter is smaller than the one from the self-reliant potter. I'm not sure, so I'm still playing with this. Right now I got it actually firing up to just about 2100 degrees, and it's actually not climbing now, so I'm not sure if it's stalled or what. It's in reduction right now. I don't know if you can see that reducing flame. It's a light reduction. If I put it in a heavier reduction, I'm not sure if it would fail to climb, kind of stall, but I think I'm running into that now. Like I said, I think it's stalling. I started this firing at about 6:20, and it's about 10:20 now. So it's about 5 hours into it. If my pyrometer shows that it's continuing to climb, I'll probably stick it out and try and hit cone 10. If I can't get cone 10, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do from this point. I don't know if my burners are running rich. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. If I need to make this chimney any higher, I'm going to have to pull this kiln outside and build a structure for it. I'm going to burn my house down here. So I think that's it. Like I said, here's a new pyrometer I got. Hopefully it's accurate. I'm going to check to the cones now, if and when they fall. So the lid, that's just aesthetic. That's that I got some cheap refractory cement and kind of coated it to keep the dust down from the fiberboard. But it all peeled off, so I'm just going to get a different kind and just slather it back on there. The lid's holding up alright. Maybe I'll show you the clip on that tomorrow. So everything's looking good. If I can get this thing to fire, to get up to temp, I'd be a happy camper. The other thing is I've already I burned through a whole bottle of propane already, a 20 pound tank, gas grill size. So I probably took that off about 1800 degrees. So the self-reliant potter said that this will burn 10 to 12 pounds of propane, but I'm already through a 20 pounder, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. It's more than likely my burners. I think that's the main problem here. I think they're burning rich, so I'll let you guys know in the morning if I made it at the temp. And that's it. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay, so it's a little past midnight, coming up on 6 hours of firing here. I've been putting this kiln in and out of reduction. It seems like when I put this kiln in it, kind of a mid to heavy reduction, it stalls, it doesn't climb up until I bring it down just until a little bit of flame peeks out the top there. When I yank the spy hole over here, there's a flame that shoots out a couple, 3-4 inches, and then it pulls back in. Not quite sure what's going on. Cone 9 is almost all the way down, and my pyrometer says just shy of 2200 degrees. Now I know that we don't use pyrometers to fire till we use cones, but it seems like this should be a little bit closer to 2300, so I'm not sure if this is not accurate or what. I did call a manufacturer because I thought there was a problem the last time I fired this, but I wasn't sure, so I told them I'd give it one more shot with some cones in here and see what happens. So about 6 hours, like I said. I'm gonna let this go another 20 minutes, see if the temp climbs up any, and then I have to crash. The only thing that's in there is I just kind of threw a few mugs in there with a cone 10 little blue recipe called Blue Jean, I think it's called. I'm also testing out some clay that someone I had been in contact with up in Maine gave me a recipe for. This last firing I had, like I said in the previous video, it went up to about cone 5 or 6 and then stalled, and that cone 10 clay had some pretty severe bloating. I did a bunch of research. It's not the biscuit. I slow fire all my biscuit about 18 hours, so I'm pretty sure that's not it. Plus I busted a couple open and there was no black coring, so pretty sure it's not that. The guy I got the clay recipe from kind of confirmed my thoughts and said it was early reduction, which the previous load I fired, I put into reduction about 1800 degrees. This one I held off till it hit about 2100 to start any reduction at all, so we'll see if I have that bloating problem with this clay. It's the same clay. We'll see if I have that bloating problem with this firing schedule, a much later reduction. And that's it. The other reason that you could get bloating, I guess, is from overfiring, and I know that's not the case. So I pretty much narrowed it down to the bloating problem being the way I'm firing this particular clay. I have about 20 bowls all thrown with white stoneware from Sheffield and more of this clay from Maine, and I'm going to do a couple glaze tests and then do some more test firings probably next week. I like to do glaze tests with bowls, actual wear, so I kind of get a better feel for how things look, how they break and whatnot on the rims and whatnot. So alright, that's it. I'm gonna give this, like I said, another 20 minutes. We'll see what happens to the cones, and that's it. See you in the next clip.